you were to ask me a year ago, where would I be in a year? I would have never expected to be here, where I am today. And here's why. This summer, in 2022, I took the most beautiful trip to the most magical place on earth. Throughout the whole trip, all I could think about was the first time you brought this magical place to life. My first trip to Disney was in 2008, and it was with you. And you were the one to drop me off for my plane ride in 2022. You consistently made jokes about tagging along, and I would just always have to say, no, Grandpa, it's just for the school. But I wish you could have gone. I wish we all could have gone just like we did 14 years ago. But you just sent me off and told me just to have fun and make more memories. But I never realized that once I got back, I would never get the opportunity to thank you for the first experience I had. That way, I could relive the experience I had as an adult. So, thank you for letting me have that experience. Not long after my trip from Disney, you got COVID because I brought it home. You did surprisingly well with it. Well, actually, you were kicking its ass. But after I turned 21, things started to get weary because you weren't eating or acting normal. Despite the changes that were occurring, I proceeded with what I needed to do, which were work retreats and conferences. However, in between that, we heard the news. You had to get a biopsy done. Now I had to go through this process of wondering what was going on and being scared of what it could have been. Before I left New York, you went to have a biopsy done of the mass that was consuming your brain. You were scared and you were already saying your goodbyes, but we knew you would be okay because you were a fighter. And you pushed through. After a few days had passed, we heard the news. You had terminal brain cancer. And they only expected 6 months since glioblastoma was such an aggressive brain cancer. And it left us wondering if we would be lucky enough to have you in that 3% that made it past 6 months, if even a year. They expected 6 months, but we were hoping longer. It's crazy because no one knew how I genuinely felt. No one knew what was going on behind closed doors. I just had to push through and pretend like everything was okay. But things weren't okay. They were just getting worse. You were consistently in and out of the hospital, and the few times you were good enough to come home, you went back. We knew that they couldn't start your radiation until you were better. However, by the looks of it, they weren't ever going to begin. So we decided to bring you home for the rest of your time, so you can be surrounded by those who loved you. And a few days went by, and before I left for my classes in Edinburgh one day, I went to say goodbye and that I loved you. However, I walked in, and you were already gone. The thing is, you never know how much impact someone has on you until you've lost yourself. And everyone here, even those I don't see on a daily basis, helped, especially this semester. Thank you everyone who made this semester the best it could have been. I was in such a rough place this semester, and somehow you all managed to make it livable. Without those I had near me, I know I wouldn't be here today, finishing this semester. So, thank you. Despite everything, I wanted to continue my education, stay in CAB, be an RA, and make a difference, and be someone my family could be proud of. I would also like to thank my professors who have been so lenient with me even when I mentally checked out at the beginning of the semester. But with your compassion, I was able to finish stronger than I would have ever imagined, finishing more courses that I need to get me closer to graduation. I couldn't have done it without each and every single one of you. My family, whom despite all the trouble we have had in the past 5 months, despite all the pain, we are still together. Everything is going the best it could go, even with the challenges we have had. Despite the happiness we have lost in just a few months, in just a matter of 3 months, July to September, everything was gone. We felt hopeless, but we managed to stay together, and that's all that matters. And with that being said, live life the way you want your past ones to live. They continue to live through you. Every view you see, they see it alongside you. So we aren't alone. They will always be there with us every step of the way. So make them proud. Do things for yourself. And just remember that happiness is always just around the corner.